All right, fellas, welcome back. Hope everybody has had a good week. Let's see, man. This week, I got one shop card in the mail from Sam's Model Mayhem. Sam, I appreciate the card. I appreciate the words on the back. Cool card, and if I ain't mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Chris's House of Plastic. Chris over there, his son helped Sam design this card, which is this fella right here. Chris's House of Plastic. Check him out if you ain't. You'll like him. I promise you. Anyway, his son, which I might mention to me, he's an American veteran. He's a hero. He's an American veteran hero. So Chris's son helped Sam design this shop card, which is a really cool card, as you can see. Up there in the top left corner, right here, Chase Elliott, number 9 NASCAR. The down here on the bottom right there, number 12, Menards. That's the Ryan Blaney car. Those are cool cars, man. I don't keep up with NASCAR anymore. I just don't do it. I can't get into it for some reason anymore. But anyway, those are a couple of his builds. He's a race car man, which is right down my alley. Again, man, I like race cars. Dirt track cars, asphalt cars. That's what I call a race car. And that's my favorite kits to build. That's my favorite race car. That's my favorite race cars is a daggone race car, which is a stock car. But anyway, fellers, Sam's Model Mayhem. If you haven't checked him out, I really wish you would. Him and Chris, you can't go wrong when you check them out. Sam, thank you for the card, man. I really appreciate that. And, man, I'm going to take you up on a buddy build here before too long, hopefully on a NASCAR. That's my favorite cars. Anyway, oh yeah, let me mention this right now. Sam and Chris over at Chris's House of Plastic, they're doing a buddy build on a Mark Martin kit. Different kits, but anyway, they're doing a buddy build, so we'll be following along on that build that them two fellers is doing, because I know they're both going to be cool. And speaking of that, man, I noticed in Chris's last video, he showed the kit that he's going to use. That the body was kind of twisted. So, Chris, man, I hope you get that jewel straightened out. I know it's going to be a sharp build, man. Anyway, Sam's Model Mayhem. Y'all get over there and check him out if you haven't. You're not going to be disappointed. All right, next is one of my shop. Oop, wait a minute, not one of my shop cards yet. I've been forgetting to do this, and I've been meaning to do this. I've had these two channels wrote down over here, and I apologize. I've been meaning to shout out these channels, and I've been forgetting to do that. And again, I hope I remember to put these guys in the description of this video. Flashback Model Works. Right there is his channel at Flashback Model Works. Go there, check him out, man. Give him a sub. You're going to like what you see there. Cool channel, man. Give him some subs, man. Get him boosted on up there. All right, and next is Jimbo's Model Kits. Right there at that address. Capital J, capital M, it's a small K. It kind of looks big in what I wrote, but it's a small K -W2 little T. All right, check them guys out, man. You're not going to be disappointed. And hell, man, boost them up there. Hell, if you're subbed to me, you really ought to sub to these guys, because they got a way better channel than me. All right, next up is this fine fella, this fine channel right here, Hot Rods Model Shop, which you're watching right now. If you want one of my shop cards, man, or want to trade shop cards, whatever, I don't care. Shoot me an email right here at this address. Shoot me an email. I'll get one out to you. Be more than happy to. Anyway, fellas, right there's the card. I know it ain't much. But hey, you can hide it underneath somebody else's. Shoot me an email. I'll get one out to you. All right, fellas. Next up is let me show you this. I made this thing. I made this thing my card holder. I got another one. I like this one better. I made this thing out of sprue, the parts trees out of your model kits. Works pretty daggone good. Pretty cool. Ain't painted it. Ain't done nothing. Don't know if I will. Pretty cool, man. I made it out of sprue, out of leftover sprue out of a kit. All right, fellas, let's move along here. Next up is we got our Weekend Warrior group build. This is kind of where we're at right now. We do have him sitting on all four wheels and tires, which is really cool. Uh, we have done nothing to the body other than just look at it. We haven't touched the body at all. But I did snap it down over the chassis just to kind of have something to show here. That's kind of where we're at, but I'll show you what we got going on with this little jewel. Right now, we're kind of at a standstill as far as painting anything. We got let's see here. I think Sunday into Monday morning, we've got snow and ice moving in. It's colder than a witch's. You know, it's cold up here in Kentucky, Tyrone, Kentucky. It's daggone cold. So anyway, we're kind of at a standstill there. So we can't do no painting. We got all of our interior door panels, the side, the door panels. We got all that painted. We do not have the dash, steering column, or steering wheel painted. Everything else, I'm pretty daggone sure we got ready for the interior. So we can do that, but as far as the body, I'm not in a rush to touch it because I can't go outside and do any painting. So I stuck the body on the chassis just to kind of have something to show. Again, I ain't touched the body, but she sets pretty daggone good. It looks good. I'd like to have gotten it lower, but I didn't. That's where she's at, fellers. So anyway, I thought I would show this and oh, wait a minute before I go any further. Weekend Warrior group build. Weekend Warrior is a like a low dollar bracket car, uh, being hosted by Dean over at Bench Racing Garage. Right there, that's the name of his channel. Check him out. Get in on the group build, man. Cool group build. It's drag racing. Can't go wrong there. Another type of race car. I love race cars. All right, fellers. Let's see here. What's up next? Oh yeah. I think last week I was working on I had everything pretty much ready to be painted that wasn't painted. But anyway, I got all the front end under it, the exhaust, I got the motor in it. All that is pretty much done. Rear end, rear shocks, front struts. We got 50/50 strange on the rear and 90/10 strange struts on the front. But anyway, fellers, let me see here. That front end, if you can tell, it's that tubular K member. That little feller is fragile. I broke let's see, I broke it once. Man, I broke like 3 or 4 things on. I broke the fan belt on it. Got everything glued back together. The rack and pinion I do not have in it yet because I have broke the tie rods. On one side I have broke it twice, and on the other side I have broke it once. So I've done broke that jewel, the tie rods, 3 different times and managed to get them glued back. So I haven't got that on yet. Now the plenum, the plenum on the motor is not glued on. Neither is the air inlet here, the tube right here. It's not glued on yet, but I still got to paint this. Like I say, I'm at a standstill. So I still got to do that, but I kind of mocked it up to make sure everything was going to fit, and it does. I'm sticking with fuel injection on this car. This group build, it's got to be a naturally aspirated car. And even though it's fuel injection, it is naturally aspirated. So I did hear Dean say that would be okay. I'm pretty daggone sure. I'm an intake and carburetor man. That's my deal. And I went through my parts box and I didn't find an intake that I wanted to use for a small block Ford. And I wasn't going to get into no NASCAR kit and rob a part out of it because again I'm partial to my race car kits, man. That's my thing, race cars. So anyway, we went with fuel injection on it, and plus also, if you notice the H pipe, the exhaust and H pipe, it has shorty headers on it. Uh, uh, with an intake carburetor, I would want long tube headers on it, and I ain't got them, and I ain't gonna try to do nothing different. So I'm rolling with the kit. She's naturally aspirated, small block Ford, and that's what we got right here. So anyway, fellers, that's kind of what we got going on. Again, we're at a standstill. Hey, we did pick us up a spray booth. I was going to try to make one, but by the time I figured everything up, for a few dollars more, I could just order one and not have to try to make something. I have not used my spray booth yet because I am terrified of making my house smell like spray paint. I don't. Spray paint gives me a headache within a few minutes, as well as diesel fuel fumes coming from an exhaust gives me a headache. Actually, diesel fumes kind of make me sick also. But anyway, I'm terrified of doing that. I want to wait till I get an airbrush and kind of hopefully fingers crossed. Hopefully learn how to put a decent paint job on my model cars in here in my room without creating a smell. I can't stand the smell of paint, fellers. But anyway, that's kind of what we got right there. I guess would be considered update number 2. I think number 2. Anyway, that's what we got. And before I forget to mention it while I'm thinking about it, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right here, my struts by the instructions. Hopefully, you can see the strut right there. By the instructions, it showed it sitting on the outside of the spindle, so to speak. And when you put that on there, the I'm gonna call it a hub, man. It does not. It's like a D shape. It doesn't seat on the spindle. So I reversed mine from side to side and put them on the inside of the spindle. The wheel goes on great. It sets inside great. It does not affect the strut end of it does not affect the wheel at all where it sets. It seats into the D location point really well. So that's what I did there, and it worked out real well. But by looking at the instruction sheet, it showed it like going on the outside, and I mocked it up like that, and it just would not. It wouldn't cooperate. So I did it that way, and maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. So anyway, that's kind of what we got going on with our weekend warrior group build. All right, fellers. Next thing up is my buddy Chase over at 408 Model Shop. Let me set this little jewel right back here. My buddy Chase over at 408 Model Shop. He Monday I was on vacation last week. This Monday I went into work and he stopped by. He said, "Hey man, I've got something for you." So he brought me in a daggone a friend of his had given him a double model kit, the Alan Quickie and Ken Schrader Ford Thunderbird kits, all 2 in one box. So he brought one of them to me, man. He knows I like race cars. So he brought one of them to me, the Alan Quickie Quincy Steakhouse car. This is the decal sheet. I don't know what year this kit was released. He's got the big old box. He just brought the stuff to me in a different box. So and when he gave it to me, he had already sent me a text with a picture of the kit, the double kit. He brought this in to me, and I said, "Well, shoot, man, we need to just do a daggone buddy build. They're both your cars, so does he give me this one?" But I figure after I build it and we get done with our buddy build, I'm gonna give it back to him. Hell, it's his car. I hope the decals work out. I really do. So far, knock on wood, I have had some good luck with the decals. So hopefully these work out. So me and Chase is going to do a buddy build, and this is the kit that I'm using, the Alan Quincy's Ford Thunderbird Grand National Race Car. See, I call it a race car right there. Monogram calls it a race car. But also monogram on my little convertible 65 Mustang back there. Monogram on the box of the Indy 500. It says 64. Ford didn't make a 64. 64 and a half is what they advertised it as. So anyway, I thought that was quite funny. But anyway, everything is, it seems to me, it's still sealed in this plastic. I haven't opened it up. I'm not going to till I get ready to start, which ain't going to be too awful long. Everything appears to be in there. I thought the front and rear bumper covers was gone out of that kit, and I looked through there. Again, it's sealed. I was just looking through there, and finally I found them, and made me feel a whole lot better. So anyway, Chase over at 408 Model Shop, my buddy, right there, he gave me this kit, and we're going to do a buddy build. And like I say, when I get done with the kit, I'm going to give it back to him. But here's the chrome tree. As you can see, everything's still on the chrome tree, which is cool. Let's see here. And then 4 tires. Brand new, never mounted. All right, fellers. So our buddy Chase give us that, and we're going to do a buddy build. He's going to do the Ken Schrader car. I'm sure he'll talk about that in his next video. Probably even show the box of what kit it is. But anyway, fellers, that's all we really got for tonight. And if anybody is anywhere where all this bad weather is coming in, like I say, I think Sunday into Monday morning, we're supposed to have snow and ice, and hell far, fellas, you can't do nothing on ice. So Monday morning when I get up, if my front steps leading from my house is got ice on them, I'm not going any further. I'm turning around and coming back in and calling it a day right there. I can't deal with ice, man. Hell, who can? So anyway, fellers, if you're somewhere where it's going to get cold and a lot of snow and ice and all that, hey, fellers, I wish you the best. Stay safe and stay warm. And I think that's about all I've got for this week, fellers. Oh, what I was going to say, Weekend Warrior group build right here. I'm a drag racer. I've been drag racing for a long daggone time. I didn't do any drag racing this past year, but in my last video, I did remember to link uh, uh, my channel that I think I've got 32 drag race videos on there, which is nothing more than the cars that we run leaving the starting line. But anyway, if you want to see our drag cars and that we run, go back to that last video, which was my only Wednesday show and tell, and go to the description, and not to mention, check out Link's channel, Link Scale Models, and check out that other channel. I think it's at Marcus Beasley 6534. I think that'll get you there. But you can see our cars that we run. If you're interested, if not, don't worry about it. Anyway, fellers, that's all we got for you guys. And fellers, hopefully, maybe we'll have something else done next week and have something for a video next week. And fellers, with all that, everybody be safe, stay warm, and we'll catch you fellers on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Be safe.